Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and today I'd like to invite you to join me for a new crochet along. It's going to be called Crochet Through the Decades Cal 2024, which literally tells us from the title that we'll be crocheting through the decades. So I thought for the next 4 months, so we can't do all the decades. Wow, how wonderful would that be to celebrate, each and every decade. But because we're starting so late in the year, I thought we'd, do 4 months of a nice little crochet along, which will bring us pretty much to December so that we can devote December to our Christmas makes. So what I was thinking, and I have been thinking about this for a few days, and I thought I'd bring it to you today because it is the start of August and I don't want to let the month fly away because I'd like us to devote a whole month to each decade. The decades that we will be choosing, and I've written it here, will be, so there'll be no surprises here, guys. I'm going to let you now know that in August, we'll be celebrating 1950s. In September, the 1960s, in October, the 1970s, and in November, the 1980s. So each and every decade has so much inspiration that we can draw from it. Now, I actually went on Google today and I've got some printouts that I'll share with you. So I thought we could take inspiration from the colors of each decade, the music, the fashion, the food, the clothing. It's going to be amazing because I want you guys, just like myself, to think outside the box. So for example, when we talk about the 50s, we can think about, black and white, we can think about beehives, we can think about bees. So it doesn't just have to be beehive, the hairdo. So when we're making our makes, for example, we could do things like blankets and beanies or scarves. We could do one big project for the 4 months or little projects for each month. I've got here wearables and amigurumi. So, you can just put your mind to it and think of something that you would enjoy creating. Now, as I said, the inspiration that we can draw from is just so wide. We can celebrate each decade so easily. And here I've got here, for example, in the 1950s, how awesome is this? I know it's difficult to read it, but on Google you can get all this and you can get the inspiration for the colors. For example, here it's got a color palette and it's showing me that we've got pink and turquoise, mint green, pale yellow and blue. Then it talks about the clothes. So, you could think of cardigans, polka dots, aprons, pearls, what else? Costume jewelry, gloves, cat eye glasses. Maybe you can make some cats. Hey, well, like I said, think outside the box. And we've got things like pin curls for the hair and things, that you can just go on and on when you go on Google. Like I said, I had to just condense it just to give you some inspiration or some ideas for each decade. Then it tells us things like the 1960s. I always think of hippies, love, freedom, peace, the peace sign, lots of flowers. Oh, I could add to we could all add to our vase of forever flowers. Then it's got things that were iconic for each decade. So for the 60s, lava lamps, they had the Barbie doll, for example. So if you have any Barbie dolls, maybe you can crochet some outfits for them. There's an idea. Or if you have Barbie doll outfits that you want to crochet for yourself, you can do it in reverse. The ideas are endless, right? I'm just giving you a few. Bell-bottom pants, it says here. The dance, the twist, it was a craze. The landing on the moon, there's something else for you to think about. The moon, you can make a moon or some cheese. Doesn't that represent the moon? I know, thinking outside of the box, guys. Now, the other thing that I've got here, you might want to draw inspiration from food. And some of the food here, it says there were things like, oh, I remember this, like Waldorf salads and things. What else does it say? Tunnel of fudge cake, porcupine meatballs, cheese straws, beef Wellington. That was super cool. So if you enjoy making food amigurumi, you might want to make some of those. And then it's got things like lava lamps, smiley faces, and it goes on and on. Now the 1970s, I always think of disco. So you might think of disco. Look at all those iconic outfits, iconic, no, very much representing the era, I should say. Those clothes there, the fashion, the colors. Here it says, what would you wear for a dress-up party? Polyester leisure suit, a jumpsuit, hot pants, tie-dye t-shirts, halter tops, bell-bottom jeans or trousers. And then it tells us what was a big fad in the 70s. Disco, of course, guys. It also says roller skates. Oh, I remember roller skates. Sometimes I relate them to the 50s as well, but I was definitely roller skating in the 80s. What else does it say to us? There were groovy prints on clothes, so you can think of that. What else? There was disco, heavy metal started as well, and glam rock. So you've got all that. And look at this, guys. How awesome is that color palette? That screams 70s to me. Absolutely love it. And you can go, you know, I love this. Scotch eggs. I remember those. They were very fancy at my mum's parties. Vol-au-vents, another fancy addition to the table. Apricot chicken. Who doesn't remember apricot chicken? Maybe you could make a chicken in the color apricot. I don't know. I'm just saying. And crepe Suzette. Now, they were delicious. Orange flavor, I think they were. And then you can talk about the hairdos. It's endless. Just some inspiration for you guys. And who doesn't love the 80s? Okay, here we go. Look at that. Look at this photo. That definitely screams 80s. Neon colors, big hair. Absolutely love it. When were the leg warmers? Was that the 80s as well? Yes, the 80s. So they had ripped knee jeans. Who doesn't remember those? Lacy shirts, high-waisted jeans. They were great. I love those days. Mullets. Okay. What else do we have in the 80s? The Walkman, the Cabbage Patch Kids. Oh my goodness. The Rubik's Cube. We can make Rubik's Cubes. You can make them into like a toy, or you can make it into a cushion cover. You can make it into a tissue box cover. Oh my God, it's just endless. And what else? Video games. The home video games first started back then. And some of the food. I love the food. I always go to the food. Pizza rolls, cheese fondue, deviled eggs, 7-layer dip. It just gets better and better. Potato skins. Absolutely love those. Mini quiches. Real mini quiche. Remember that saying? Pizza rolls. Just love it. So they're just some ideas, guys. So if you actually go on Google, you will be bombarded with inspiration for each and every decade. Like I said, let's celebrate each and every decade. So at the end of it, we're also going to have 2 prizes, which I love to be able to gift you guys, just to say thank you for joining in and making my universe happier. I absolutely love it. Now, this is what's going to happen. So where's my little prizes? I just need to get this right, because this is very last minute. I just couldn't wait to share with you. So we're going to have 2 prizes of 2 digital magazine subscriptions, and it's going to be to the Homespun magazine. That's an Australian magazine, and I thought it'd be nice for some of you that have never ever read one to experience that, because it is a beautiful magazine and it has so many beautiful designs in there, patterns, and you know, just it's a beautiful magazine. I've been very fortunate to have been gifted a couple from our friend Fran, so thank you, Fran. Now, there'll be 2 prizes, as I said. The first one will be a prize for the people who have made something for every decade. So in one basket, I'm yet to make the baskets, I'm going to pop in there. So if you're someone that made something for each and every decade, you will get your name into this basket. So at the end of the 4 months, I'll be able to work that out from your emails, and I'll pop it in there. Now in this basket, this is where all our cheerleaders come in, because some of you may not be able to join in for every decade, or you might just want to, you know, cheer everyone along. You have the opportunity, and all of us actually have the opportunity to vote for our favorite make of the month for that decade. So basically what's going to happen is this. After the end of the month, so after the end of August, I'll wait a couple of days to give an opportunity for our friends up in the Northern Hemisphere to catch up with the time with us down in the Southern Hemisphere. And I would like for all of you to send in an email to me with a photo of all your makes, and then we're going to vote on our favorite. So for each month, I'm going to pop one winner into another basket. So it gives you one chance in 4 to win out of this basket. And it doesn't matter if you only participate 1 month or all the months, you have that opportunity to have your name in this basket. And this one is for everyone that has participated for each and every decade. So for the 4 months. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, please ask me down in the comments. But more importantly, please let me know if you'll be joining in. How amazing would it be to do this together? You might want to make one big project for the 4 months, or you might want to make a few little projects for each month. Can you imagine a stitch sampler blanket with a section for each decade with the colors of that decade? That would be pretty awesome. That just popped into my head now. So like I said, so many ideas, so many ways to create. It's open to your own imagination. And once again, draw inspiration from wherever and anywhere you can. A lot of you might have already a few ideas for the different decades. I cannot wait to see what you come up with. Please share with us all. And I hope that, you all feel that this is another fun Cal to join in. Now, if any of our friends that have a YouTube channel that choose to join in, and I hope it's many, many, many of you, if you use the hashtag, and I've written it down here because I will forget, but I'll pop it in the description box, Crochet Through the Decades Cal 2024. We'll be able to see all of your creations as well on your channels. Let's just share the love and the joy. So guys, I hope you're all keeping very, very well. This was a short and sweet one. I just could not wait to share this with you. So I hope you're all keeping very, very well. And then until I see you very, very soon, take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.